Hello everybody and welcome back. Lars here, and I wanted to kick things off with a quick video my wife took, and it just goes to show that even if you do have a bad lead with this team, you can come on back and claim victory. So in Altaria to start, she immediately switches to Ninetales, wastes no time in doing so, versus a Lanturn. There's going to be a charged move here. She didn't shield, and when I asked why, she said that it was because she doesn't like to shield that first one, and it doesn't matter whatever damage she takes. It's totally just doesn't matter because she just needs to get off this fairy move, this dazzling gleam. That way it forces the opponent to shield because the opponent knows it's going to be a dazzling gleam. Now, she also wants to make sure that she does as little damage to this Lanturn as possible. And when you say, why, Lars, why? Well, it's because she wanted to farm that thing down. She knew it could only get a Thunderbolt off. So that way when Altaria comes back in, there is a Sledge Bomb ready and waiting, right? Luckily, her Victory Bell did stay alive, and so she can use it as a third shield, which you guys will see here in a little bit. Lanturn is coming in, and she's shielded here just to make sure that the deficit between HP didn't drop too much, just in case they have something in the back that could be nasty. But it is just an Obstagoon, and as you'll notice, my wife actually uses Thunder instead of Thunderbolt on her Lanturn. She prefers it, just a personal preference. I use Thunderbolt. I prefer Thunderbolt. She prefers Thunder. Whatever, it doesn't matter. She's going to go ahead and use another Thunder right here. I almost said Thunderbolt. She's going to use another Thunder, and it's going to do a lot of damage to this Obstagoon. And then as soon as she's done, she noticed that they're double charging. And whenever someone's double charging, always, if you're the one double charging, wait another fast move until you throw that charge move, because what she just did here was she knew they were double charging it, so she threw in Victory Bell to absorb it. Here comes Altaria. We're going to use a Surf here, and because it's going to do enough damage to really, really hurt that Altaria without killing it, so we get a little bit of extra charged energy to use towards this Obstagoon. Here comes the Thunder. She could have used Surf just as well, but hey, game over. All right, now it's time for my set, and we're going to start things off with an Alolan Ninetales. And I usually do not switch because most Alolan Ninetales will have that charm. And that charm means we are in luck, we are in business. They're going to throw this Weather Ball, shield it absolutely, and then save that rest of that energy. No need to throw a charge of your own, we're totally good. And here comes a Sludge. Fortunately, they do shield. However, we do have our friend Ninetales coming in, and Ninetales is going to do some serious damage. But they use their last shield to prevent that, and we have a double charm team. Now, fun fact, double charm teams are super rare higher up in Open League. In fact, I've gone an entire week without seeing a single charmer, save for Alolan Ninetales. But they are coming back, apparently, in the mid-levels. But our team, even though it wasn't built for it, absolutely murders every charmer ever. So yeah, that's just a good thing about the O-Lot. Moving on, we have a nice little matchup between our Victory Bell. We're going to go ahead and we are going to shield this one just because it's going to be a body slam, and Dubwool can do some very, very powerful body slams, especially to our Victory Bell. Leaf Tornado doesn't connect, but we throw in Ninetales to absorb this next body slam because we want to save Victory Bell. And then we're just going to keep plugging away. Here comes another one. Let it hit us. There it is. And then we're just going to kill it with our fast move because we can. We know they cannot get another one off. Here comes a Ninetales of their own. We're going to go ahead and throw this Dazzling Gleam. And then there goes our Ninetales. We're going to bring in our Lanturn to absorb this damage. We're going to bring in our Victory Bell. And then we quick switch to Lanturn. There it is. There's a Night Slash. And lucky for us, none of these Night Slashes did boost or bolster its attack. So extremely lucky. We're going to throw this Surf here. I tried to bait it out, and luckily they did fall for it. And so at this point, it's just a matter of getting that Thunderbolt off. There's another Night Slash. And here's that Thunderbolt. And there we go. And now we're bringing in Victory Bell. And it is game over. We win. And we're off to the next one. And who do we have? We have another Ninetales. Same thing as before. This Ninetales knows Charm. So we're just going to keep chipping away with our fast move. Don't even worry about using that charged as always. We don't want to use it because they will go first. It looks like it's a tie, but it's really not. We quick switch immediately to our Ninetales. Now I'm not going to use this Weather Ball right off the bat. It is tempting, but we're going to double charge it. That way we will kill that Altaria and have extra energy saved over. And they bring in, of course, their own Ninetales that they've been using. Now we're going to use Ice against it because, as I figured, they would shield. So we're going to use another Ice move to take that Ninetales out, but they shield this one. They must have something, I'm thinking, in the back that is weak to Ice, but instead it is a Obstagoon. Here comes this Night Slash. Don't even worry about it. Even though it got that attack boost, it's just really, really hard for it to win at this point. So here comes Victory Bell, and Victory Bell is going to use this Leaf Tornado. Obstagoon is down, and yeah, game over. And now we have a Frostlass. Still, even though we're late in the season, Frostlass is still everywhere to be found. So do keep an eye out for that. And as always, we're going to shield its attack, which is going to be an Avalanche, and it quick switches to Vigoroth. So here comes this Leaf Tornado. And unfortunately, we do not get the attack break here. We are, however, going to be sending in Ninetales regardless. Here comes a Body Slam. And then we're going to throw back that Weather Ball as soon as we're able to. I charge it up just a little bit more. And now here comes that Weather Ball. There it is. And they don't shield, but we're going to get one last Weather Ball off just so that we can retain the lead. Here comes that Frostlass. We are bringing back out Victory Bell to finish that Frostlass off. Here comes an Obstagoon. At this point, it is Obstagoon versus our Lanturn. And unless something weird happens, unless they do get an early attack boost, there's not much they can do to win this one, especially in a 1v1 shield scenario. There's another Night Slash. At this point, it's tempting to try to use that Thunder, but don't. We absolutely do not want to use it. We want to just stick to serve, stick to what's safe. That way, we don't get caught with them shielding our Thunder attack. Thunderbolt, excuse me. And here's that last Surf to win it. That was a great battle, got some great content, and now it's on to this one. And another Frostlass, as I said, they are everywhere. We're going to do the same exact thing. Just keep on attacking it, hitting it, doing whatever you want to call it. Do it to Frostlass, just don't use that charge move. And then they're going to wait for a second or two, and we're going to go ahead and use this Leaf Tornado. I'm going to shield it. We're going to bring in Ninetales, and then we're going to use this Weather Ball. And keep in mind, this is a training video. I'm going to show you a actual training video that I had done before, and it's going to be here within a few seconds. So just a heads up. But we're just attacking each other. We're chipping away, and we're doing our best to win here. And then they're going to throw another one. So this guy just made a huge mistake and a huge error I see all the time. Now, a lot of people will, when they're sure they're going to kill that Pokemon before they get a charge move off, undercharge their charged attack. So that way, he uses his charge move. It does a little bit of damage, just not quite enough to kill me, so they can kill me with a few fast moves. That way, when my next Pokemon comes in, they are all that much closer to their own charged attack. It backfires, though, because he miscalculated. And let me tell you, undercutting a charge move is a very, very hard advanced task to do, and this guy didn't do it correctly. So I got another charge move off because of it, so he had to use another shield, thereby, in the end, costing him the game. Please do not do this unless you are 100% sure that you can be successful at it. And this is the charge move I was talking about. He should have done a little bit more damage, but we do get that charge move off, so he has to use that ever important shield. Here's a Rock Slide. I brought a Victory Bell out to absorb that charge move that he had, and we have a Vigoroth in the back. Great news for us, because here comes this Thunderbolt. We can use whatever charge move we want, and now all we need is a little bit of surf action. I don't shield here because even if it was a Bulldozer, that one wouldn't kill me. Second one though, we know it's another Body Slam. I'm going to shield just to be safe because I know we have that Dunsparce dead to rights. We can get a surf off before they can get a Drill Run off. If they chose to use rock, it wouldn't kill us, so they know they have to get a drill run. That was a great battle, and now it's time for another one. We've been having a great set so far, been having a whole lot of fun. And this guy I've actually seen a few times. He tends to use picks that are a little bit spicier, but still within the meta range. And it's no surprise here we have a Dedenne, which is a little bit odd. Here comes the play rough. I shield it, and they bring out a double. Throw this leaf tornado, and unfortunately, just anything that could go wrong has. It didn't get the attack break, so we're throwing in Ninetales to absorb this body slam. We're going to charge it up. We're going to use a weather ball. There it is. And then they're going to get another body slam off. Just kind of one of those body slam, weather ball type things. Totally fine. Here comes this weather ball. There it is. And they do get one last body slam off right before we kill it. That is 100% A-okay though, because here comes Victory Bell out. And they throw in Magnezone. So we're seeing what is essentially an A-B team, or ABA, whatever you want to call it, with 2 lightning and 1 normal type, which is totally fine. Leaf Tornado, they do shield here, but unfortunately, again, we do not get that attack break, which costs us because we knew this was going to be a wild charge. They throw in Dedenne, and here comes that Surf to kill the Dedenne, and then it becomes a matter of their Magnezone versus my Lanturn. I shield here because I thought they might be able to get another mirror shot off, but then Victory Bell could just come in, couple more boops, and finish it off. Anyways, that's game. All right, it's time to go on to the next one. And next up, we have an Alolan Ninetales. This one will have Charm as well, because most Alolan Ninetales do have Charm in this league. So no surprise here, we're going to shield this attack. Normally they'll leave their Alolan Ninetales in so that they don't exhaust their switching abilities, but they do quick switch to Altaria, which is great news for us. As always, whenever we see an Altaria, go ahead and double charge that Weather Ball, because there's not a whole lot they can do after that. We're going to throw another Weather Ball here just for fun to take care of this. And now we charge it again, and again they shield. So that usually means they have another flying type in the back if they're that desperate to kill our Ninetales. But I throw in Lanturn just to absorb what I thought was going to be either a Psychic or Ice attack, and instead they throw in Obstagoon. They do get that attack boost, but it's just too little too late. We're throwing in Victory Bell, and we're going to go ahead and use this Leaf Tornado to take care of Obstagoon, and at this point it's pretty much over. So I decided to leave this video in. It actually finishes at a tie because I made a huge mistake instead of getting the win. You'll see it here at the end though. For now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to shield this attack because we do not want Dubwool to kill our beloved Victory Bell. Throw this Leaf Tornado. It's so important that you do. We quick switch immediately to our Ninetales. Not getting a whole lot of love tonight in the Leaf Tornado department. They just can't seem to do their job and get that attack break. Unfortunately, it is what it is. At least we take care of this Dubwool with a little bit of energy to spare, thanks to Ninetales absorbing both of those body slams. Here comes some more Weather Ball action, and then we're going to go ahead. We attempt to get it off, but they quick switch right at that moment, and so there it is. And we are going to immediately quick switch to our Lanturn. And obviously, they do have a Earth attack, but it's totally fine. Lanturn is bulky. It's a bulky little water lightning creature, so it's not going to do as much damage as you would think. Here comes another Surf. There it is. And we're going to go ahead and shield this one for obvious reasons. It is an Ice Punch, but they do bring in Dubwool. I'm sorry, not Dubwool. They bring in their Dedenne. They kill my poor Lanturn, and of course, right here, they get one more Ice Punch off. Now, this is where I make the mistake. I bring in Lanturn, and I press the wrong button. I press the left-hand side instead of the right because I, for some reason, thought that's where it was. My dyslexia got the best of me, but all we can do is just move on and not dwell on it. So, another Alolan Ninetales. Gonna shield this as per usual. This person actually leaves their Ninetales in, which is the more common of the methods. We're gonna throw this Sludge Bomb and hope they don't shield, which they don't, which is great news for us because now it becomes a scenario in which it's our 2 Pokemon versus one of theirs. and they bring out a Wigglytuff. At this point, there is nothing they can really do. We're just going to use Alolan Ninetales here to get rid of those shields and to just keep on doing damage and chipping away at it. We're going to save the big stuff for our Lanturn because at this point, it's just not much they can do. I'm bringing in Lanturn now. It's going to absorb this Play Rough. It's going to do a lot of damage, but obviously not going to kill it. Here comes a Surf. There is that, and then I wanted to save that last shield, obviously, just in case they did get another Seed Bomb off, and we're golden. And now we're up against an Obstagoon, another very popular lead for this league. Go ahead and just keep on punching. Here I decided to accidentally shield, and of course the one time I do, it is an Obstruct. So that was horrible news for us, and it kind of fits in with the theme of tonight. At least we do get that attack break. Quick switch to Ninetales to take that Night Slash. They're going to go ahead and just use their Lanturn. They quick switch right as I get this Weather Ball off. Really, this was a horrible battle for me. So keep on charging that move. And here comes, whatever it is, don't shield. It's just going to be a Surf. We're going to throw this Dazzling Gleam, and there it is. Luckily, we've gotten enough damage, or done enough damage to that Lanturn that now it's pretty much out of commission as far as hitting my other Pokemon with a charged move go. There it is. We bring in a Lanturn of our own to absorb this Surf because that's all it's going to be. And now it pretty much is their last Pokemon, which is a Lickitung. Go ahead and throw this Surf. Just keep bringing the waves against Lickitung. And here comes our Victory Bell. We're going to absorb this Body Slam. They are going to quick switch here and with their Obstagoon, but they just can't get another attack off. Throw this Leaf Tornado. There it is. They shield. We don't get the attack break, which is such a bummer. Another time this tonight that we didn't get the attack break. I think of all the different battles, I maybe got 2 or 3 out of like 20. There's a Surf, and it's game over. And now we're going to go ahead and jump into a Vigoroth lead, another really common lead alongside Obstagoon for those normal type fighters. Keep chipping away, but with Vigoroth, we do shield. As I mentioned before, the last battle was kind of a fluke, but definitely shield this Body Slam. Here comes a Leaf Tornado. With Vigoroth, as soon as we throw it, if they had shielded, we would have switched immediately to Ninetales. They bring in Double. I'm going to bring in Ninetales to absorb this Body Slam, since obviously Ninetales is bulkier than I am. Here comes a Weather Ball directed right at Double. There it is. And then at this point, they're going to double charge that, or at least charge and a half, so they can go ahead and have that ready. They do bring in an Obstagoon. In the back, they shield that, lucky for us. And at this point, I kind of take a moment, think about what's going on, and bring out Lanturn. Here comes a Night Slash, and luckily they do not get an attack boost here. Otherwise, we could have been in trouble. But for the most part, Lanturn can take on Obstagoon as long as they don't get that attack boost right at the beginning. They do, however, get it the second time around, and so we bring in Victory Bell to use a Leaf Tornado and finish off that Obstagoon. There it is. At this point, it's over. That was a great battle, and now it's time for the next one. And so we have Victory Bell versus a Dubwool. You guys are starting to see a really, really big pattern emerge of a lot of normal types that use some sort of fighting move in the front because they are bulky for the most part and tanky and can spam Body Slam. Regardless, here comes this Leaf Tornado, excuse me. Doesn't matter if it hit or didn't hit. Regardless, we killed it. Here comes our friend Lanturn to take on this Frostlass. There's a Surf. They opt not to shield here. And quick switch to a Lanturn of their own. We're going to throw this Thunderbolt. And then they are going to shield. No problem. Keep on charging it back up. We're not going to shield here. Regardless, it is a Thunderbolt. We're going to throw another Thunderbolt. There it is. And now it is 1v1 shield scenario. Not going to shield here. It's a Surf. We are going to quick switch in Victory Bell just to absorb this second Surf. There it is. And here comes Frostlass. This was important because it takes a lot of energy off of Frostlass. So we bring in our last Pokemon, which is Ninetales. Going to shield this one here. It is an Avalanche. and then we're going to throw a weather ball. There we go. They do shield, and regardless, this shadow ball, whatever it is, it's not going to kill me. Frostlass is down. Here comes Lanturn, going to throw one final weather ball here. There we go, and then a surf to finish things off, and that is it. It's always nice in a battle when you have a bunch of different puzzle pieces and then you put them all together right at the end like that. It always feels great. So they quick switch, guessing they had Charm on there, immediately to Vigoroth. We're going to go ahead, shield this Body Slam, and then we're going to charge up our Leaf Tornado and throw it. And for the most part, most Vigoroth do shield this, as this one did. We switch immediately to Ninetales. They, however, don't throw Body Slam. So that was one of the few times where they don't throw it right after we switch. They actually wait. They do get 2 more off, but it's just not enough. They do have the attack break, so we can kill them with our fast. Here comes Alolan Marowak. This is something that we don't want to see at all. I go ahead and I charge up Dazzling Gleam. Even though they resist Dazzling Gleam, it does enough damage to where it's worth it. Take a moment here, and then we throw out Lanturn. And then, of course, they're going to go ahead and they're going to throw Bone Club. Since they don't get stabbed, it's not as bad as you think because it is a very spammy, weaker move. Here comes a Ninetales back in. We're going to go ahead and throw our Victory Bell back in and throw this Leaf Tornado. There it goes. And then they opt not to shield, and so it becomes 1v1. We throw our Surf. There it is. And game over. And now we have a Dunsparce lead, another normal type, although this one isn't fighting, still it's normal and it's bulky. We're going to go ahead and shield this in hopes that our Leaf Tornado will get that attack break, since it's better to obviously accept damage if they do have an attack break versus if they don't. They opt not to shield, but hey, we do get the attack break, so whatever they send our way isn't going to do as much damage. And Dunsparce is down. Here comes a Venusaur, which is not too good of news for us. We throw this Leaf Tornado hoping that it will do the same thing and lower their attack, and it does, which is great news. They're obviously charging to 100%. Here comes the Frenzy Plant to take out our poor Victory Bell. They quick switch to a Frostlass. We are going to just let this one hit us. It's a Shadow Ball. And then, of course, we're going to throw this Surf. There it is. They opt not to shield. I was actually kind of surprised. I thought they would, but I'm sure they probably just assumed it would be a Surf, just like this one. And here comes a Avalanche, and we're going to just kill that Frostlass. We're going to get off one last Surf just to stall the clock long enough to bring out our Ninetales. They shield. No problem. We are going to accept this Sludge Bomb because it will not kill our Ninetales because they are not Shadow. They realize it's over, and so they quit. And what do we have here? Another Obstagoon lead. So at the start, they're going to be throwing those Night Slashes. No problem. Take it, and do not worry about shielding the very first one. As I mentioned before, there it is. And now we're going to throw this Leaf Tornado. Normally people shield this because they have enough to get another Night Slash off, but they opt not to, and instead they save that shield, and guess who's come to dinner? It is our friend Drifblim. So we have 2 Pokemon that are very, very good at taking care of business with Drifblim. One of them, obviously it's out right now, and here comes Wigglytuff. Starting to see a few more Wigglytuff in this Holiday Cup, but it's not that bad for us because most of our Pokemon can deal with Wigglytuff. So they're going to go ahead. I'm just saving that energy, and I'm going to shield this because it's going to be a play rough. And then here comes Drifblim. I actually used this. I should have used the Surf, but it forces the shield. Here comes a Surf. And there it is. They shield that one as well. We quick switch immediately to our friend Ninetales to absorb this damage. And then we bring back out our Lanturn. We shield this attack. There's the Icy Wind. We use the Surf, and there's nothing else they can do. That is that. Game over.